Welcome, everyone, and welcome to the Fun Summer School. And you're going to have fun today. You're going to love what I'm going to share with you. You're going to understand the one thing that's gotten in your way that has almost like really kind of tricked us into believing certain things about us and other people in the world and how life is and whatever. And so you're going to really get a lot of clarity about this and how life plays and how you can have life play for you. And so we're going to talk a lot today about our thoughts because that's where everything starts, but mainly the thoughts that keep us from having everything we want. So we'll review a little of what we reviewed last week, and I would encourage you to listen to this 5, 6, 7 times at least. I had a lady on one of my programs called Easy Money, Easy Life, that book, and it's a program that she, and you're going to, by the way, get a book today, Think, Feel, and Grow Rich, and a famous book that we'll get into and talk about. But I talked to a lady that said she thinks that she watched my videos, each video over 1,000 times. And every time she listens to it, she hears something a little bit different, a little bit more understanding. And so it's not just about, hearing it one time. And I trust all of you have gotten into your fun shop. And that's every morning to make sure that I sent you, I'd emailed you. And if you need that, just let me know. I can send it to you that you have a document, a Word document, and it just has some good feeling thoughts to kind of start you off and then to write down what you desire and what you appreciate because it'll improve the way that you think and it'll get you more of what you want in your life. And then to pre-pave your day. In other words, start calling it the way that you want it. And so we're going to also, though, look at our feelings and how feelings actually is our communication system with our higher power for us to communicate to God, our higher power, the universe, and that also for the universe, God, to communicate back to us. And so it's an understanding that most people don't know. And you've been asking, and that's why you're at this. That's why you're here and why you're watching this, is to be able to really embrace and understand life and have more of your dreams come true. With that Joy Shop, on what type of results has it gotten? So we have one of you that actually has earned in the past, I guess, 4 days, about $1,200. And it's just like, wow, how'd they do that? And they have a little entrepreneur business they started. They're 14 years old. How many of us have earned over $1,000 in the last few days? And so it's that person and me, and and I'm sure there's other people, but the fact is there's plenty of money, there's plenty of everything, and you're going to really understand on what has gotten in your way. So we've had a lot of successes, and I'd like you to make sure you write down. It's important to write down. I would take notes when you hear something that you like, that you understand. Write that down. If you have any questions, you can again get back to me or do it live here. That, but another thing that one of the participants identified what they wanted to be, who they wanted to be, what they wanted to do for a career, and understand that this program that you're in is for ages 12 to over 100 years old. And so this applies to everybody, but in this case, again, we had someone 14 years old make over $1,000 in the last few days, with another person identified that they wanted to be an attorney. And here's the catch. So I'd like you all to write down, no matter what your age is write down on what do you want to be, do, and have. So just think about that and think about and so maybe, hey, I want to switch careers, or I want to start a career, or I want to get an education for a career, or whatever. And so you have the power. And I want you to understand that you have the power to be, do, and have anything you want. And all you have to do is ask for it. In other words, think about it. Say, hey, this is what I want. You don't have to figure out the steps on how to get there. That'll mess you up and you'll never get there. And I know lots of people, most people, don't get their dreams to come true because they try to figure it out themselves. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is ask, and we'll review why that is here in a minute. So I am so happy for each of you. I am so proud of each of you that just to be here and to be exposed to these truths, these universal truths that will help you get your dreams to come true. And so we're going to get into a lot of great stuff today that you're going to really enjoy. And so I'm going to share our screen here, and we're going to go to the summer fun school, and I love that. And there's my contact information in case you need to get a hold of me. And so let's see, it's kind of neat. If you look at the top left-hand corner, those three heads there, uh, three is a trinity, and I like thinking of it as mind, body, and spirit. And actually, when we say spirit, spirit for practical purposes are your feelings, your emotions. They're very critical to everything that you want. And so it's kind of cool. Those are flames there, and then these three faces. You're going to, by the way, this program is just going to get better and better. Next week, you're going to hear about you have forces that universal forces, energies, excuse me, that will help you to get anything you want. And they have the power to do it. Again, you only have to ask, and you only need to use these universal forces. And there's actually 7 key forces that we're going to talk about next week. So that'll be exciting as well. But let's get into today. And remember, we talked about everything starts with our thought. And Albert Einstein there, that's him to the left, considered one of the greatest minds ever. And what he did is he would just use his imagination, which is in our mind. I call it God's playground. And he would just think about energy and ask for formulas. And that's where he found formulas on understanding energy and how to manage mold energy. And so, like nuclear power plants that give electricity, whatever, also bombs, okay, but the cool thing is that each one of us have the ability to mold that same energy, that same imagination, if you will, into our experience, into our dreams, what we want. And again, it's all about asking. And so what are those steps again? And it's our all powerful thoughts that start everything. And we're going to get into these thoughts because you think like, oh, that's no big deal, and whatever, and I know that, and I'm used to that. But you're going to really understand, and you have some thoughts that are not in your benefit. In fact, if there's a devil, that devil is what I call committee thoughts. Your committee. And then these thoughts create energy, our emotions. And we're going to get a lot into that today, too, to understand your communication system, two-way communication to your higher power, to God, and then communication back. And then this energy, according to scientists, proven by scientists, that energy creates matter or your dreams. So, thoughts become things. And we talked about last week with 60,000 thoughts. 80% of those thoughts are unwanted or negative thoughts. And I want to really talk about these 80%. And I'm going to give you some examples. So I want you the unwanted thoughts. So if I'm thinking about something I don't want, I'll get it. And so, for example, if I say, um, gee, I don't want to be bullied today, you'll be bullied. And this is kids, adults that, that there are adults bully each other and try to control or whatever each other. And but if you think about bullying, or if you think, gee, I hope I don't get sick, you'll actually attract sickness. This is how powerful you are. And so 60,000 thoughts, 80%, that means 48,000 thoughts that we have every day are unwanted thoughts. And this is why people aren't very successful, aren't very happy, aren't getting their dreams come true. But today, we're going to unlock the key to the secrets of how life plays. And that first secret is out of your thoughts, that these 80% are called committee thoughts. And so I would write down the committee and then some characters. Imagine that it's a beautiful mahogany table in your head, and that there's these beautiful black executive leather chairs around this table. And really the most powerful one that keeps us from everything is fear. We fear what other people are going to think. We fear we're not going to be successful. We fear that we're not good enough looking. We fear that, we don't have very good bodies. We fear all kinds of silly things, and they are silly. In fact, I call the committee also the drunken monkey. I mean, it's just insane what it tells you. That, like, so for example, some people say, oh, well, I don't like my body. I'm too skinny, I'm too fat, I'm too short, I'm too tall, whatever. Your body is incredible. Your body has literally trillions of atoms and millions of cells that are functioning. Like, for you to be able to, raise your hand, that's incredible on how we're just used to it. We were born into it. The fact that you can see. And so stop having the committee talking to you about what you don't like, what you don't want. Oh, I don't like the clothes I'm wearing. Okay. My God, be happy you have clothes. Okay, that for ages, for centuries, for hundreds of years, thousands of years, people didn't have very many clothes. They couldn't just go to the store and buy clothes, couldn't go to a store and buy food. We have it so made, but our committee has taken us over. And it said, oh, I got a zip, for example. I have a zip right now, right here. So you're always going to have zip. I don't care. I don't pay any attention to it. I have people that when you get older, people, look at their wrinkles and then they get more wrinkles. I had a person say the other day to me, I don't have any wrinkles. Yeah, I don't focus on it. Whatever you focus your attention on, dear loved one, it's going to grow. So stop focusing your attention, or like you're mad at your parents, or you're mad at your boss, or you're mad at the world, or you're mad at, there's nothing to be mad at. That all of the people in our life, first of all, most of the people in your life love you. They're trying the best that they can. Now, it may not look very pretty to you, okay? And you may say, hey, they don't know. And actually, that's correct. You're the only one that actually knows your lighted path. But they do have things, teachers, parents, whatever, people that are older than you, whatever, wise people, that they can help you on your path. But to be mad at them, there's no reason to be mad. To be rude to them, to be mean to them, stop doing that. I had a kid who was every day would wake up and think, how am I going to be mean to my sister today? Well, and I know that's kind of cute, eh? Well, if you are thinking about being mean to your sister, what happens is that vibration, we're energy. Okay, we are all energy, like science has proven. My finger here is there's way more space than there is matter, molecules in my finger. And but it's all moving very fast. It doesn't look like my finger is moving at all. Okay, it looks like my finger doesn't have any space or air in it, but the fact is that it does. And it's all energy, it's all moving. The air is moving. Okay, molecules are moving. The sky, everything is energy. And we can mold the energy with our thoughts. And so this amazing ability for us to be able to understand that whatever I'm thinking about, so if I'm thinking about being mean to my, teacher or to, a person or a sister or whatever, then what happens is that vibration is in me now because whatever I'm thinking, I'm vibrating and I'm going to attract, first of all, meanness, okay, because I'm thinking about being mean to someone. So it's going to hurt me way more than it does your sister or whoever you think you're doing good and justifying. And it's all the committee. This committee is misguiding you. And how do you know that? The way you feel. Do you feel good about, when you're mad, angry, it's a committee. Fear. So up in this committee up in your mind that at this mahogany table with black leather chairs, it's fear, it's worry. Okay, you worry about, there's nothing to worry about. Everything is fine. Only if you worry will God give you things to worry about. Okay, so fear, worry, doubt, doubting yourself. Be confident. And how to be confident? Ask. Say, I want to be confident now. I want to be a good speaker now. The number one fear in America is public speaking. You know why? Because we've been told don't talk to strangers. And we think, oh my God, strangers. And our parents had the vibration like we would die. They didn't say that, but like, we'd be killed. And so we're afraid of strangers. Nobody's a stranger. We're all in this together. We're all tied with love, with our hearts together with each other. And we're all in this to expand eternity through our experience, through rubbing up against the contrast of things we don't like. We don't like our sister. We don't like our teachers. We don't like the, bad grade we got, whatever. All that's to birth what we do want. So don't put a charge into what you don't like. Okay. Don't put a charge into, oh, I don't look good in these clothes, or I got a zit, or, I don't like this person, or I'm going to get back at this person. Whatever you think, you become. Biblically, it says, as a man thinketh, so he becomes. So what are you thinking? So what could we be thinking? So the committee is thinking fear, worry, doubt, complaining. You do any complaining? Think about it. Complaining about your parents, your boss, your job, your school, it doesn't matter. Again, this age thing, we're all children within us. Okay, in fact, as the years go on for me, that the more I go back to my childhood, like I was just sitting we have a magical garden in the back of our home. And so we have all these beautiful plants and everything. And I was just thinking about on how I loved when I was a kid walking into my parents' backyard, and they had a vegetable or fruit, something called rhubarb. And you don't see it very much, but I have seen it a few times. But I'm thinking back because, see, life is about these beautiful things. Life is about going in the park. Life is a warm embrace, okay? A kind word. And when you start becoming who you are, pure love, and just giving people love, and starting with you, loving yourself, and not listening to that committee. Again, how do you know it's a committee? Well, you don't feel good. Fear, worry, doubt, complaining, blaming, shame, guilt. There's no need for any of that. It is the committee that has talked you into thinking like, oh, I'm worried about giving this talk at school, or I, don't look good enough, or I don't know how to do it. You don't have to figure out the how. And so I would write this down. You are responsible for what you want and why you want it. So for you to be thinking about what you want and why you want it, you can't be thinking about what you don't want and expect to get what you want. I'm mad at my parents. Okay. If you're thinking that, you'll just get more mad at your parents. And I had someone the other day that their committee was just all over them. Okay. The committee basically ran them and they got angry all the time. And this person realized that it's just a waste of time getting angry. And so the example is that this person was at a restaurant and they don't take reservations. And his father was there having a birthday. And he had invited his wife was there, his children were there. And when and he walked up to the hostess and said, "Hey, I'd like a reservation for 7." And the hostess said, "Oh, there's going to be an hour wait." And so his committee started working. "Oh, God darn it, this is bad. I can't believe it. We should just go home." And then he decided, "I'm not going to be that way." Because he used to spoil the birthday party for the dad and spoil the evening for everybody because he'd get all mad about something. And there's always something. See, when you get momentum about being mad, you're going to find God's going to bring you're going to attract more things to be mad at. And so he all of a sudden caught himself. And this is what I want you to do is to catch yourself, catch your thoughts when you're thinking about something that doesn't make you feel good, where you're mad, where you're angry, where you're upset, where you're confused, where you don't like it, whatever it is, where you're fearful, you don't have to own those thoughts anymore. It's just the committee. So this man caught a thought, said, "I'm not going to be that way. I'm not going to face what I don't want anymore." Okay, being mad at people, being fearful of grades or how am I going to get this or that or what am I going to do, whatever that, and I'm not good looking or what. You are amazing. Your bodies are miracles. Okay. And so he was facing what he didn't want, and that is, "Oh, I'm all mad about that." And he decided, "I'm going to stop facing that and I'm going to turn to what I want." So he simply asked, what is the blessing in this moment? What's the goodness in this present moment? And then he started to think, isn't it wonderful that my dad is still here in this physical form and we're able to celebrate, the birthday with him. Same situation, okay? He had a choice, and we all have a choice in every situation, every moment, to either be mad or whatever with the committee and to run with the committee. 80% of the time, people are running with the committee, or I'm going to walk with God. I'm going to walk with my higher power. I'm going to walk with what I want. And so then he said, "Wow." And I just love that my, wife is here with me and we're so in love. And I love that we have our children and they have their girlfriends, whatever, with it. It's just so wonderful. And he said to me, I only thought about that for it was about 90 seconds into thinking about what he wanted. And that same hostess touched him on the shoulder and said, "Hey, I don't know what happened, but this table of 7 never ate. They sat down, they never ate, they got up, they left, and we have a table for you." And there was no way. Because see, we change everything when we change our mind. We change the outside world. I have people that grow businesses. This, young man I just shared with you earned $1,000, $1,200 in the last, 3, 4 days. It's like just incredible. How do these people do that? Can you imagine every 4 days, by the way? So let's actually work that out and how much money that would be. And so there's 365 days and divide that. by 4 because every 4 days, so 91 days times 1,200, that's $109,000 is what we would call a six-figure income that this 14-year-old is making. Okay? And it's like, well, there's plenty of everything. You just need to be focused. And he's focused on what he wants. And he wants to be happy. He wants to build this entrepreneur business. So you can have anything that you want. But if you're sitting there complaining, blaming, unhappy, think you don't look good, whatever, you miss life and the beauty of life because the committee has suckered you into believing that that's the truth about you, your life, your situation. But you have the power to change your circumstances, to change, improve your life, and to be happy and stop all this nonsense. It's a beautiful life. Our bodies are amazing. Our ability to be able to think is amazing. The ability to be able to feel is amazing. But it's these committee things. So just think 80% of the time, the committee has most people, probably you, believing that you have to believe these thoughts. You don't need to believe them anymore. And how do you do that? Real easy. And I would write this down. When you have a thought that doesn't make you feel good, that you feel uncomfortable with, you fear, you're mad at, angry, whatever, and mainly it just doesn't feel good, that what you do is don't put a charge in it. Just say, that's what I don't want. What do I want? And when you ask, so what don't I want? This is what I don't want. And then ask, what do I want? Wow, I want to love myself. I want to love the people around me. I want to be happier. I want to be more in peace because that's really what's happening is who's creating chaos in your life? It's your lower self, this committee, this devil that has you in the stranglehold. And you know what? You can get out of the stranglehold. Isn't that great? You have the power to do it. So I'm not going to go there anymore. I'm sick and tired. I had a lady the other day say to me that she was just sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck, not having very good business. And so it was her desire. In fact, Think, Feel, and Grow Rich, this book that you'll have, and if you want to read it, but one of the chapters is about the power of desire. And all you need to, and that goes back to our thoughts, okay? But step one is desire. And what is our desire? What is your desire? You can't be thinking about what you don't want and expect to get what you want. But you can think about what you want and get it. Woo-hoo. And so only 20% of our thoughts are wanted thoughts. How do I change that? And how do I have most of my thoughts be wanted thoughts? The joy shop, the fun shop, as I call it for us in this, the fun shop, where every day, and some people say, why do I have to do that every day? Why can't I just do it once and I change my thinking? Well, why do you eat every day? Okay, why do you wake up every day? Why do you sleep every day? And the most important thing is how I think. And most people aren't deliberate in their thinking. They just wake up and they just are reactive to what life gets them. And then you get life by default. You don't get it the way you want it, but you can call for it. And so it's ask and you shall receive. Knock. Knock and the door shall open. Seek and you shall find it. What are you seeking? If you're seeking, hey, I'm going to get back at this, or I don't like this, or I don't like me, or I don't look good, or whatever, those are all things that will just get you more things that you're not going to like. And so get out of the battle. Call forth peace. I want to have peace. I want to have good feeling thoughts. Okay? And that's how easy this is. So, with that, remember how life really plays. So, science has proven that our thoughts create energy, which is our emotions, And those emotions then create matter. But we know that there is a higher power, our higher power that we can tap into. Some people call that God, the universe, higher power, whatever. And that's what we can tap into. And when we understand that in the communication process, there's a two-way communication that is done with your higher power. So step one is your thoughts. Your thoughts then create this energy, just like the scientists said, but they forgot your higher power. And that energy that comes from your thought, those emotions, and this is why when you communicate with God, this is how you're communicating with God, your higher power, the universe, is your thought creates emotions, and the emotions are the perfect way to literally pray to your higher power on what you're really thinking, what you're really believing. So the truth is how you feel. And so if I say, for example, I am rich, and if I weren't, that you'd never become rich. Why? Because when you say I am rich, you're really vibrating, I'm not rich. And so it is this idea about, say things that are easier, like I love that I'm more successful. I love that things are getting better in my life. So when you get mad at something and don't like something, or fighting with the parents or whatever you're doing, like stop it and just say, hey, you know what? I see things getting better with this situation. That I see things playing out in my favor now. But you have to ask for that. See, if you don't ask in step one, you're not going to get it. So that energy that you send through your emotions, that energy is then given, received by your higher power, by the universe, by God, and is instantly not only received, but instantly answered. So this is why all our prayers are answered. But where's our stuff? And then we need to allow it. We need to believe it. We need to expect it. And we'll talk more about that, because only 1 in 4, and in a couple of weeks, that 1 in 4 is the only thing you need to do to have everything you want. Everything. Whether you want to be a doctor, whether you want to earn a 6-figure income, you want to be happy, whether you want to love your body, love your life, and we have all these clothes, and then we're complaining about clothes. And oh, I don't have clothes that don't look at me. Nobody cares. By the way, that's the other thing is, like, if I'm having a bad hair day, nobody knows but me. If I have a zit, nobody knows but me, because they're all worried about them on how they're looking. And so stop wasting your all powerful mind I'm thinking about these dumb, stupid things that nobody cares about. Okay. Why not think about what you want, what you like, what you love? Why not think about your bright future? And again, I'd be writing these things down. I'm channeling with the divine right now. I'm giving you, these are the answers. These are the only things you need to think about. And you'd have everything you want in order to get it. In step 5, you receive it, you experience it, and you get the happiness. You see that your body is beautiful. You see that your life is beautiful. You see that your parents are trying the best they can because they love you. And sisters and brothers, whatever. And so a really good one is look for positive aspects about everybody, about everybody. And everything. Just look for positive aspects. And when you ask, I want to see positive aspects. I want to see the wanted today, and you'll be guided to the wanted. You don't have to figure it out. The Father does the work. You ask, Father does the work in step 3, And then you just need to allow to receive it. So let's talk about emotions. And you are like a magnet. Your thought creates that energy, and that energy is a magnet to attract. So if I'm thinking about things that I love, that I like, I'll get more things that I love, that I like in my life. And you don't have to be specific. You just have to say, hey, I want to have more things that I love come to me. And then because your higher power, God knows exactly what you love. God knows exactly where you are, what you want, and the easiest path to get to it. And so if you start saying, hey, that, I just want to see more things to show up in my life that are filled, that make my heart sing, you'll do it. Your emotions is the magnet to any and everything you want. I have, like, when I was thinking about that, because I know on, how things are with whatever relationships and people's bodies, that most people think about their bodies in a negative way most of their life. I'm overweight, I'm this, that, and really we just have these beautiful, wonderful bodies. And so I had a person that was telling me that, yeah, that I need to lose weight. And so this idea about weight, see, whatever I focus my attention on grows. So if I'm thinking about weight, even though I'm saying lose weight, I'm thinking about the weight. And so just understand that you're made in the perfect image and likeness of God. And to be able to just realize that, wow, I'm a magnet to the things. So this person that was concerned about weight, I said, no, you want to increase your health. Oh, yeah. And so I just want to increase my health. So you are beautiful. And that, and the right person, whatever partner that, you'd be looking for now or in the future, whatever, they'll all show up. You become a magnet to every person, to every situation, to everything that you want. And so you just need to realize you're a magnet, and you don't want the committee to control you in thinking about things you don't want. That will then, you become a magnet to more stuff you don't want. And it's like, oh, wow, I'm a magnet. We all are magnets. And so just start loving yourself. And how to ask for that is that I'm going to love myself now. I'm going to love my mind, my body, my spirit. Again, spirit are the emotions. I'm going to just love that. And your emotions are the catalyst to direct God. So some people say to me, well, I'm going to wait for God to, tell me what to do. Good luck. Okay. That it all starts with you asking. And we're living this life that has things that we don't like in it in order to birth what we do want. If we didn't have the stuff we didn't like and that, whatever, we got this it or bad grade or not enough money or, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It actually is birthing on what you do want. It's expanding this energy that puts the eternity into all of us. And so it's expanding this, and that then is when your energy directs God. And God's going to give you everything that you're thinking about and thus feeling, your emotions, whether you want it or not. And so an example of that is like cancer. And people say, oh, we're going to fight against cancer. And what has happened? Like breast cancer, it continues to get bigger and bigger. And men can get breast cancer. Okay, and it's like, it's not a contagious disease. What it is dis-ease. And the committee gives us dis-ease, it gives us stress, and that's what kills us, if you will, literally that, ends our physical body, is because our committee just keeps on beating on us and saying like, oh yeah, I'm afraid of cancer. I don't get any of those things. Okay? I haven't been sick in years. I don't get a cold. This is how powerful you are. You can call it the way you want to. But if you're thinking about, oh, other people are getting cold, I don't care about what other people are doing. I don't care what the world is doing. What I care about is what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling. And if I'm feeling good, I'm on my lighted path. And the heavens will open up and I'll get everything that I want. So your emotions start direct God, the universe, in everything you want. You're the happening person. So if you keep on complaining, blaming, being mad, being unhappy, thinking you're not good enough, all of those things don't make you feel good, right? And it'll just get worse for you. So what kind of life do you want? What kind of future? Well, you don't want that future. You want this future. You want this future that is filled with love and happiness and abundance in all ways. Beautiful relationships. You in love with yourself, with you, amazing person. You know, Oprah had said, if you're born here, living here, this body here, you're already worthy. Okay, we literally birthed ourselves into this world with our desire to come here and to be the pioneers, to be able to live this life. You are critical to all of humanity. You're critical to God and all that is. And so what happens is when you get, contrast the things you don't like, that God does know what you want and God goes there. Just most people don't go there with God. What they do is they sit in their pity party and they feel sorry for themselves and, oh, I got it rough and tough and whatever. That it's all a blessing. Nothing's rough and tough. Just say, that's what I don't want. What do I want? Wow, I want it easy. I want it fun. I want to have deeper, more loving relationships. And miracles will start happening for you. And so ask for miracles of what do you want? Ask for miracles of things getting better in my life, me being happier, me getting better grades, me feeling better, me healthier, me wealthier, whatever it is, me having more clarity. That's a great one. I have clarity on what I want to be. And again, it may be a career, but this is any age. Career that, most people now have several different careers. So what's the career now for you? And what do you want to do? And as long as you make that decision and just stay on that path, on that, so it doesn't matter, as long as you really feel good about the decision you make, that God will lead you to all the success and happiness and everything that you want. But you can't split your energy with doubt. The committee will come in and say, oh, do you really want to do this? Blah, 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 and cause confusion. So ask for clarity, and that'll get rid of the committee. And then ask for, what do I want to be, do, and have? And as you get clear on that, it'll start coming into your life. Why? Because you're thinking about it. In this hour that we're together, this will improve your life. It happens all the time when I'm with people. That's why my coaching is full. That because people, when they coach with me, automatically, not only do they become more successful, but everybody around them becomes more successful. And the good news is you just make the decision what you want to be, do, and have, and we'll provide all the thoughts. You'll attract all the people, circumstances, events to give you everything that you want. Now, those are the emotions, also called feelings, but now it's feelings. I'm going to use feelings as this is how, so we talked about emotions are your thoughts create emotions, but it's a two-way street of communication with God. And God guides you through your feelings. So God's communication, your higher power, the universe's communication to keep you on your lighted path. So every moment of every day since you have been born and really before then, and to include right now, that you're being guided by God. And it's not like some voice saying, hey, you go make a left, or go make a right. No, it's your feeling. It's the perfect way of communicating. And when you feel good, it means God is telling you that you're thinking about this the way God is, that you're on your lighted path. And this is one of the reasons why every morning in your fun shop, you want to ask, I want to feel good. And then you will. And then when you feel bad, you're off your path. You're not thinking about this as your higher power. When you feel bad about, oh, my parents are this, my sister's this, or school's that, or whatever you're feeling bad about, that it's God telling you, you're not thinking about this properly. In fact, you're hanging out with the devil. You're hanging out with the committee. And guess what? We have the choice. We can make the choice to walk with God. We can make the choice to feel good, to be on our lighted path, to have it the way that we want it. Isn't that great? So, how can I improve my feelings? Number one, ask for better feeling thoughts. Two, ask to feel better. Okay? Literally, this is all you need. God knows exactly how to do that, to give you the thoughts that you want and how to feel better. And deep breathing. And so I want to take 1 minute to do that with you. And I have 3 different types of breathing, but this is the one that will hook you up to your higher power, will get you on your lighted path. And again, it's just breathing. In the Bible, it says spirit actually means breath. And so breathe with me. So, and you can close your eyes and put down your pen for right now. And breathe in 5 seconds, all the way down to your toes, and then breathe out. So let's do this together. Breathe in. And breathe out. And just say to yourself, relax, relax, relax. And breathe in. And breathe out. And say to yourself, at ease. Breathe in the breath of God. And just cleanse your mind now, your body, your emotions, and then breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. And just get comfortable now. From the top of your head, down to your toes. Breathe in. And breathe out. And just smile. Just enjoy. Just relax. Oh, be at ease. Yeah. The last one, breathe in. And breathe out. And just let it go. And enjoy this moment now. Be in this moment. Doesn't that feel great? That's all you need. In fact, in the next couple of weeks, we'll get into meditation. There is a quote that the meek shall inherit the earth. And what are the meek? They aren't, little weaklings, no backbone. What the meek are is they're allowing. They're in the state of allowing. We do the asking, then we allow the Father to do the work. And your breath being spirit, it's the fastest way to connect. And you feel so good. I would recommend you do it on the top of every hour. until next week that we meet. If you do this every hour, except for obviously when you're sleeping, that it'll change your life. Why? Because you're getting connected. It's the fastest way to get connected to your higher power is deep breathing. So meditations, and if you have any meditations that do them, I'm going to give you one the next couple of weeks, a guided meditation, and then do things like take a walk in nature. Like if you're invited to go to the park, go to the park. If anything, just get outside. Just enjoy. Look out in the sky, the beautiful blue sky. See, we got the committee has us so knotted up on oh my life and oh this is bad and whatever. And just like forget all that. Walk outside. Look at Mother Nature. I mean, this is a beautiful world, and you are beautiful people. And so let's start thinking of ourselves that way, knowing that we're that way, and knowing that we have a bright future. And just, literally breathing, meditations, walking in nature, beautiful ways to do step 4. And daily for your mind now, the fun shot. And then also the book. If you're going to be given Think, Feel, and Grow Rich, a soft copy of it, and go run with it. Go, read a few pages every day. It has 13 steps. And what this book was, the original book was called Think and Grow Rich. And it was done by Napoleon Hill. And Napoleon Hill was this amazing person who was able to get an introduction to the wealthiest people in the world by Dale Carnegie, who was a steel magnate and everything in the early 1900s. And so he asked, what are your secrets to being happy, to having, wealth, to, being more creative? And so he got the answers from the wealthiest, most successful people in the world about 100 years ago. And like these truths, they are truths. And like, as I shared with you, that desire is the first one. And there's some, other truths that are in there, desire, faith, auto-suggestion, which means you just suggest to yourself of what you want. I want a bright future. And you'll see that you'll be given a bright future. There's these forces that do the work. You don't have to do the work anymore. And making decisions. And we talked about that. Making decision, persistence that, hey, every hour I'm going to do the breathing, whatever that the case may be. So that Think and Feel Rich, the reason why I took that book, Think and Grow Rich, one of the most famous books ever written, and I turned it into Think, Feel, and Grow Rich. And the reason why? The word vibration, when Napoleon Hill wrote it, that the people that were publishing, the publishers said, "Oh, you can't have write this book. It's too far out there that people will have a hard time. So we're going to keep most of it. But this idea about vibration, well, now we know, and it's been proven by science, that everything is energy, and that we have the power to take the energy that creates worlds with our thoughts that turn into our emotions, with our thoughts, in order to have anything we want." And so what I did with Think, Feel, and Grow Rich is I put the feeling back in because they wouldn't allow him to do it. We now have more freedom and than they did just 100 years ago. We have so much more freedom with phones and ability to communicate and share in the way what we're doing right now. And there's 13 principles of thinking, feeling, and growing rich. And so take those principles and look at them, read them. And it's a fairly short read that you can probably do it, in the next week. And by the way, we have plenty of time. There's plenty of everything, money and time and everything. But see, we're so powerful when we say, oh, there isn't enough time, then we're right. It's not enough time. So with that, make sure you complete your fun shop. Read your fun shop every day. Write down what you want. Write down what you appreciate. Write down what you want, how you want your day to be. And if you need any help, just contact me. more than happy to help you in any way I can, for you to become your greatest possibility, for you to be free of the committee so that you can start thinking more about what you want, and then for you to allow it. And you can allow it through your breath, just becoming easy, comfortable, and not splitting your energy. And splitting the energy means, oh, I want to do this, and then, oh, no, I can't. And the committee comes in, starts trying to boss you around. You're the boss. You're the captain of your ship. You're the captain of your soul. So you got to call it. And don't let the committee run you anymore. Don't let the devil run you anymore. Think about good feeling thoughts. Ask for good feeling thoughts. Look for positive aspects in yourself and everyone, and you will see the magic that will come to you in the life of your dreams. So I thank you all for attending our summer fun school. And it was absolutely amazing being with you. I appreciate you. I love you. And know that everything you want, the secrets of the universe of all time, that you're getting those secrets now. You're understanding how it is. I've helped thousands of people become successful. And now it's your turn. Right on? Right on. Okay, love you all. Take care. And know that everything you want is coming your way starting right now. Bye-bye.